Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Mackie and I hope you're all having a great day today. So what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be telling you guys the story of how I got not only my room haunted, but most of my house haunted too. And if you guys haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel right now and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my new videos. And also, I'm thinking to come out with merch, so let me know if you guys would want to see any merch from me. I've been designing some stuff for like Halloween and also the van, so let me know if you guys want that because I have some really cool designs. But other than that, let's get straight into the video. If you've seen my last video, the Ouija board video, as well as the other Ouija board video, you would know that I'm extremely terrified of Ouija boards in general. I do not like touching them, I don't like playing with them, I want nothing to do with them at all. And I'm sure you guys have heard me say how I said I would never touch a Ouija board ever again, and I've had bad experiences with the Ouija board, but I've never really gone into detail on what happened. So I actually just uploaded some short TikToks giving like an outline of the story. So I uploaded some TikToks just giving a brief outline of what happened, but today I'm just gonna tell you guys the full-on story so you know why I'm so scared of Ouija boards. But then again, everyone should be scared of Ouija boards. You should never even touch one. The only reason I've been doing it lately is because Kelsi is super experienced with it and she brings up forms of protection and she's really safe with it, so I feel comfortable with her. But other than that, I would never do it in my house, I would never do it in someone else's house, I would never do it with someone who doesn't know what they're doing, so you guys shouldn't either. Also, real quick, Samantha's here too. I glued her wig back on. Okay, yeah, so this is Samantha the haunted doll. But anyway, let's just start out with the story. Okay, so in 6th grade, my friends all came to school and they were talking about how much fun they had yesterday. They want to go do that again. It was so crazy, just talking about all this stuff. And I'm like, well, what do you guys do? Like, what are you talking about? And they were telling me that they played with the Ouija board. And I was like, well, what's a Ouija board? And they told me it's something you can play with so you can talk to spirits. And I was like, no, that's not real. That's not a thing. And they're like, yes, it is. You need to go try it. And so they didn't have a Ouija board. One of their brother's friends had it. So they were like, go get a Ouija board, have your mom buy you one, we'll all play it. And I was like, okay, like, I'll go get a Ouija board. So I convinced my mom to just take us all to Target and pick up a Ouija board. So we get the Ouija board, we go straight back to my house and come into my room, which is this very room right here. And we all sit on the floor right next to my bed right here. So literally right there on the floor. So we all sit down on the floor and start playing. Right away, it started moving. And of course, I was like, this is so dumb. You guys are doing this. And they were all like, no, like, we swear we are not doing this. This is what happens. And so they were like, you need to try it on your own, try it on your own, which is something really bad that you shouldn't do. You should never try it on your own. So I didn't know that. So I just went ahead and tried it on my own. And of course, it did move completely by itself. And that's when I was like, okay, maybe this is real. For that short period I did it by myself, it feels like there's a force. It feels like someone puts their fingers on it and is literally moving it. But it was just me and I knew I wasn't doing it. We all continued to play and a couple different spirits came through that was like, oh, how'd you die? Just old age, stuff like that. So these random spirits come through for the first like 30 minutes. Then out of nowhere, it instantly changed. It felt like hello? It instantly changed. Before, the piece was slowly moving, like we had our fingers on so light and it was just slowly moving. But all of a sudden, it was like fast and strong and we were trying to keep our fingers on and we were like, oh my gosh, like what's going on right now? And so we were like, what's your name? We asked everyone their name. I forget the other ones, but this one starts spelling out Vladimir. And so we're like, Vladimir? And then it went to V-L-A-D. So it said Vlad. And we're like, Vlad? And it went to yes. So his name was Vladimir, but he wanted us to call him Vlad. Like, oh my god, like this is so cool. We're talking to someone. And so we asked him the normal questions. How'd you pass away? And he said WW2. So World War II. And we're like, oh, alright, like, sounds legit. And then we're like, okay, when did you pass away? And he said December 1st, 1942. And so at the time we were in 6th grade, we didn't know anything about the world wars. We didn't know the dates, we didn't know anything. So we didn't know if that was like accurate or whatever. So after we stopped playing, we Googled it, and it turns out that was like the right time frame for it to be World War II. And I know for a fact none of us knew that. We didn't have a clue. So we were thinking, oh my god, that's so cool. We're actually talking to someone. And so every time we ever played, this was for a month straight, that we'd come home, go in my room, and play for like an hour. Not one time did we ever say goodbye. And every single time we'd take our hands off the planchette mid-session. Like, we'd put them on and off, and we didn't read the rules at all. We didn't even know that the rules were real. So everything you could do wrong on a Ouija board, that's what we did. We didn't do a single thing right. So every day that we'd play, Vlad would come through, and we started being like, oh, are you guys gonna come over today and talk to Vlad? Like, we knew him now. So every day we were coming home, talking to Vlad, like doing our thing, not saying goodbye, taking our hands off, putting them back on, making everything worse for ourselves in the future. As the days went by, Vlad started to get more comfortable and aggressive, so he'd start doing circles on the board, and then figure eights, and then going to all the corners, which I know now means that they're trying to escape from the board. But at the time we had no idea what he was doing, so we're just like, oh my god, like, why is he doing that? And we thought it was so cool. And so as he's doing all that stuff, it apparently was him trying to get out of the board. And then also we'd be playing and we'd hear knock on the walls, and then my friends during this time period would come over and stuff would happen to them. Like, one time we got back from surfing and my friend was in the garage, and there was a loud bang against the washing machine. Like something slammed up against it. And then another time he was in the garage again, and the bike, we have bikes and they're on the kickstand, so the handlebars swing towards the way the bike is leaning. But he was standing there, and all of a sudden the handlebars slowly turn up the other direction, which is against gravity. That's just some examples of the things that would start happening to us. Towards the very end is when it got really scary. Like, Vlad would say stuff that I know now is like demonic. Like, he'd say that we have no friends, he's our only friend. He'd say that our parents, he would just say stuff that would like put us down or try to make us hate ourselves, basically. That's the type of things he would do. And there were times where we'd hear whispers, and this was towards the very end, and they were very scary whispers, like, and I don't even know how to describe it. It was like a demonic voice, I guess, like, I don't know how to do it, but it was not a good whisper. So after that happened, we completely stopped playing. And then we just completely forgot about the board and moved on and got into something else, I'm sure. But a couple months goes by, and my mom just straight up takes the board and throws it in the trash. Which, once again, I know now is the worst thing you could do. You're not supposed to throw them away. You're supposed to gift them to someone or burn it. I don't really know, but I know you're not supposed to just throw it away. So weird stuff continued to happen, like little things like the knocking, the noises at night, but most of all just like an eerie feeling when you'd come into my room. It'd feel super heavy. I don't know how to describe it, but I mean, I'm super sensitive to like energies. Like, I think I'm an empath, like picking up feelings and emotions and stuff like that. So you'd walk in my room and it'd feel like a weight was like pushing down on you. It's really hard to explain, but it was a really bad feeling. I didn't even want to be in my room ever because it was just like so bad. And so it was mostly that eerie feeling of coming in here, and it'd feel like someone was always watching you, or you'd see things move out the corner of your eye, like shadows. And then one time me and my friend were having a sleepover and she was laying in bed next to me, and in the middle of the night someone opened the door and stuck their head in, and then shut the door, walked all the way in, and came and stood right here next to me, looking down at me for a few seconds, then walked back out, and we found out there's no one in my family who did that. And she said it was just like a black silhouette. So stuff like that would happen, and then it kind of fizzled out for a while, for probably like 5 years. It was, not much was going on, like little things would happen, but then I started watching YouTube. This is when I first started watching YouTube. And a video popped up on my feed that was something with kids playing with a Ouija board. And so at this time I was terrified of Ouija boards from like the stuff that had happened after we played, but I decided to watch it, and literally the second the video ended, it woke something up in here. I swear, something, I don't even know how it happened, but the video ended and instantly there was something really bad in here. I don't know if you've seen, I did a story time on this whole time span of whatever it was, my haunted house story time part 2, and I talk about the time the bad, I think it was a demon, was in my room and in my house doing really bad things. So if you want to know everything that happened there, go watch that video. It was one of my first videos I ever did. So I highly recommend checking that out to see all the really bad stuff that happened here. But that's how it all started, how everything kicked off in my house, including the old man who passed away, the other spirits I've seen in here, like my friend who passed away, like all of it. It all started after I watched this Ouija board video and everything just kicked off. So I eventually saged and did some other stuff to get rid of this bad demon. And after I saged, it took a couple weeks. It felt better right away, but it took a couple weeks for it to completely like exit the premises. And since then, nothing bad has been here at all, but that's why I'm so scared of Ouija boards and using them, is because I don't want something like that to happen again, because you never know who's coming through. You don't know if it's something bad pretending to be someone else. So they're just really dangerous in general. I mean, I consider Kelsi like a professional with this stuff, so if you're with a professional, I mean, sure, that's fine as long as you're away from your house. We've been doing it in just a random park. So if you are going to do it, which I highly recommend you don't do it, be safe, bring some forms of protection, do it at a random place that isn't haunted, and you need to know who you're trying to reach out to and make sure everyone else knows you only want to talk to that one spirit, because they will take advantage of you. They'll take advantage of any chance they can get to like get into your life and make bad stuff happen for you. So I just don't recommend it. Just watch YouTube videos of people like me and Kelsi doing it. Yep, so that's the story of how I used a Ouija board to get my house haunted. And I'm gonna have more videos of me and Samantha, me and Kelsi, and everyone coming up very soon and doing really cool stuff. I'm meeting up with someone on Friday that I'm really excited for, and I think you guys are gonna love it. So it'll probably be up like Saturday or Sunday, but I'm super excited for that video. And don't forget to check out all my social medias. If you don't know, I made a new TikTok for all haunted things called Mackie Albertson Boo. So go follow that, and also follow my main TikTok, which is just Mackie Albertson. Okay, and I thought I'd give you guys a quick little snake update. Here she is. Oh, there she is. She was asleep. I just woke her up because I want to show you guys, but my friend who knows a lot about snakes told me it looks like she's about to shed for the first time, so I'm excited for that. But She's seriously like the best snake ever. She's so friendly and just hangs out. Mwah. Thank you guys for all the name suggestions. It took me so long to choose, but Kelsi actually recommended Zelda, and I really liked it because she's so sweet, like a little princess, but we just call her Z or ZZ or little girl, or literally call her whatever. Yeah, I just thought I'd give you guys a snake update. I want to show you guys her coloring. She's so cute. And she is, so many people have been asking, she's a snow corn snake. So that's what she is. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and we will catch you on the next one. Peace.